Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Melmaruvathur. We start a new journey today with talks in English by prominent speakers from around the world. Today's speaker is Sakthi Velu Pillai. He lives in Columbus, New Jersey, which is also the location of the upcoming Sakthi Peedam, the first in North America. He has been an Amma devotee for more than 20 years. He will talk to us today about transactional devotion.
Well, thank you all for giving this opportunity to speak about Amma on this day. I have to say I'm a bit challenged too, because Amma is an avatar and he knows the three aspects of the time, the past, present, and the future. And also, she is the vast ocean of knowledge, wisdom. Above all, she's omniscient. So my question is, how can I speak about someone who is this much powerful with my little knowledge? Metaphorically, I can compare this to draining the ocean with a small cup like this. But in spite of that, in spite of those reservations, I would like to continue this because my association with Melmaruvathur has been 30 years. I'm going to reflect on my experiences, feelings, inspirations, and my thoughts, and above all, my observations. From the young age, we have been taught certain ways to do our practices, habits, and behaviors. Our parents, our schooling system, our society has got a major part in forming our behaviors and also the habits. Every time when they want to get things done from the kids or from the children, they have to pay them something. It's kind of a barter deal. You give them something, they will do it for you. If they want to do the homework, you have to tip them. If they want to go to school, you have to pay, you have to do something. For scoring a good grade in the exam, that also you have to do something. For everything, there's a gift. So we have the habit of expecting something for the work we are doing, which has been with us for all these years. But this slowly crept into our devotion too. You might have seen people going to the temples with a desire that if this happens, I will do this. If I get a promotion, I will give you something. If I get married, I will do something. If I get more wealth, I will do something. Even for a promotion, job, marriage, family, everything goes with some kind of a gift for the God. This transactional devotion, even though may be good for some time, it's not good in the long run. Because with this habit, whoever the devotees are there with the Melmaruvathur, we also went there with the same thing. And even a small thing, we expect something to happen. For example, in the first 10 years of my Melmaruvathur experience, I used to be like that. I used to say, if this happens, I will do the Irmuni. If that happens, I will go for Adipuri. If this happens, I will go to Amma's birthday. So everything has got a price. That's how I did. But what happens is, your devotion is discontinuous. Your gratitude is also discontinuous. And you will not do anything wholeheartedly. Well, Amma is treating us in a different way, even though we go for a tactical solution to our problems. Amma is looking the whole thing in a strategic way. She wants to resolve your issue, not the current issue, your life issue itself. She wants to make you better in the long run. Her solutions are completely different. So why we need Amma? That's the question here. See, if you go to some other temples, you just pray and come, and you say, if this happens, I will give you something and come back. And whenever that happens, you do that. But here it is different. You go and talk to someone to consult with, someone to advise, someone to confer on, someone to console us, above all, someone to listen to us when you want someone to lean on. For everything, Amma is there all the time. She is able to talk to us, and we are able to talk to her. Everything is done. But at the same time, whenever he gives a solution, that one is good for not only for the time being, it is very good from the long run. So I always wonder if I had been with Amma for even before the 30 years, it would have been much better. Because whatever the decisions I take, she should have been there and I should be able to work on that. So all my decisions would have been right. I'll be in a different place. So our life is a combination of our own decisions we made all these years. If you go back and think each decision you have taken so far, you'll definitely understand this position. Because definitely even in your mind, even now you'll have some kind of a thought, if I changed that decision at that time, things could have been different. So that doubt, Amma will remove that because of saying the right thing to you. That kind of help you will never get anywhere else. That's why Amma is unique and different, and also she's trying to make you as a transactional, not trying to make you as a transactional devotee, but to make you as a perpetual devotee. So you'll be there all the time. The next one is, whenever you go, Amma says, do something, do volunteering. For your problem, I will rectify it, but when you go back, do some volunteering and continue to do that. So we come back and do the volunteering for 1 or 2 days, and after that we forget. But Amma says you should do volunteering all the time because helping others is the most important thing. We are not human alone. We are human together. That's why Amma says you have to do this. And that becomes a habit and also becomes a second nature. So what happens is we don't have to wait for the big disasters to happen to go and help the people. You are always ready with the mind. In my experience, I have seen in many disasters, I have seen people going and helping others even without asking, because there is a fundamental sense of kindness that operates within all of us at the lowest level, is evoked only during this time. But Amma says you do it as a habit, then it is always there as a top priority in your life. So you'll go and help people even though there is no disasters. Even in the good time as well as the bad time, you can keep helping the people. Third is, Amma says the destiny can be changed if needed, based on your work, volunteering, annadanam, and also the devotion toward her. That has happened to many people, including myself. But I have to draw upon an incident from Mahabharata, where the same kind of situation happened to Duryodhana. Before the war, Krishna went and told Duryodhana a few times to stop the war. He didn't do that. But the war happened. At the end of the war, when Krishna was in his palace, his assistant, Uddhava, he came and asked Krishna, Krishna, I want to ask you something. Whatever the Gita you told Arjuna, you could have told Duryodhana. It would have stopped the war. Krishna's answer was this: I did twice to Duryodhana, but his answer was different. He said, Krishna, I like to do whatever I want to do. I know what is right and what is wrong, but most of the time, I like to do my own way. I know it is perfectly wrong I'm doing, but it looks like I feel happier when I do the wrong things. So I want to be like this. I don't want to change myself. So the Krishna says, his destiny cannot be changed. But at the same time, Amma says, in case needed, based on your work, volunteering, devotion to Amma, I can change your destiny. And he did many times to many people. So all these three qualities of Amma is definitely the helpful thing, and it's also, she does it to make you a perpetual devotee, which is not there before with the transactional devotees. Amma is trying her level best to make you as a long-time devotee of Melmaruvathur so that you get better not in one day. In your whole life, the betterment happens the right way. That is his plan. The difference between transactional and perpetual devotion, even though it looks so simple, is very different. With the transactional devotions, we go to the temple, we offer something, we come back, and that's the end of it. Whenever something else happens in our life, we go back there and ask Amma to do something. So it is all like based on our crisis, based on our problems, based on our issues. We always go back and forth. So we forget between the incidents about Melmaruvathur, even though it may be there or not. But perpetual devotion is, even after the one incident, we always think about Amma, being grateful to her, and whatever she asked us to do, doing volunteering, doing annadana, wherever the place you are, you continue to do that. By doing that, you gain a place in Amma's thoughts all the time. But how to get that? If you ask me, actually, the belief system is the most important thing we need to understand. We all believe in Amma. Likewise, we all believe in many things. For example, we all believe if you do exercise every day, you will be healthy. But how many people do exercise? Not many. So belief is one thing, follow-up is different. Likewise, here we all believe in Amma, but the follow-up is not there. That's the place we fail. So in order to follow up, our belief has to increase. It has to become the faith. That's the one we are missing. So we have to increase our belief system so that Amma's thought is always in our mind. Also, we feel Amma all the time. In every action, her heavenly wisdom is there. That's the way we should think. Then whatever you do, she's doing it. It's not me, it is her. So that's the way you should progress. But in order to come to that, it needs repetition, practice, and also a high level of belief. I'm not saying anyone is not having any belief on Amma. We all have belief, but the degree of belief has to improve to get to the state. Even I was there like that all my first 20 years. It only changes after a long time. I want to take you back 1300 years ago for this perpetual devotion. It was a story of Nayanar. His name is Pusala Nayanar. He's a Krishna devotee. And that time the king was Narasimha Vallabha the second. He was ruling the country at that time. The Pallava Samraja is near Chennai. And he was building a temple. The temple, it took some 5 years to do the temple. It's a beautiful temple. This is still there. It is the Kailasanatha temple for the Lord Shiva. So he finished all the things, finished the temple constructions. He's ready for consecration, which is a Kumbhabhishekam. So he was praying for Lord Shiva to come to this. So on that day, a day before, Lord Shiva came on the dream and told King Narasimha Vallabha. He said, I won't be able to make it because I got another Kumbhabhishekam in your neighborhood. And he asked, where is that? He said, it is in Thirunintavu. He said, okay, so we have to fix another day. The next day morning, the king wanted to see the other temple which is being constructed or already finished in Thirunintavu. So he went with his battalion to see that. He went to that village. He could not see any construction work, no temple, nothing. So he asked the people there. They said, no, there's no temple here. Then he said, somebody is constructing a temple. They said, there's no construction here. Then when he was going, on the way, he was saw a saint sitting there. Then he asked him actually, do you know any temple being constructed here? And he said, oh, how do you know that? The king said, I was told by Lord Shiva. He came on my dream and told actually there's a temple being consecrated today. Then the saint was laughing. He said, I didn't know actually Lord Shiva will come and tell you that. Then the king was asking, he has become more curious, what do you mean? Because I was building the temple in my mind all the time. It took some 5 years because I was doing brick by brick every day by praying. I constructed a temple in my mind, which is finished completion and ready for Kumbhabhishekam only today. I never thought Lord Shiva was going to come actually, but even without my invitation, he's coming. He's amazing. So that's the difference between the true devotion and the transactional devotion. For the king, he has the money, he can build many temples. He does it, and it goes like a transaction. But for this saint, he's a poor priest. He doesn't have any money. And so he built the temple in his own mind all this time. And that's how he built the temple in his mind. So it makes a big difference of your devotion. God can be near you or away from you. That's what Amma says. He built the perfect, perpetual devotion. Now, we are all here. What is our duty as a devotee? There are many things we can do. The number one thing we can do is spread the Amma's message. The best thing to do is personalize your experience with Amma and socialize. Talk to the people. At least once a week, an hour spent on Amma. That way we can pay back our gratitude to her. It's very simple. If you ask me, at this time, our population is going to be like 8 billion people by November 15th of 2022. Out of that, the number of Shaktis, if you take, I was just calculating, put a number like 10 million. So out of the 8 billion people, which is 8,000 million, if you take 10 million, the percentage-wise, it is 0.1%. So we've got a great opportunity to expand our Shakti movement all over the world. But each one of the 10 million people, if they talk to someone else, we can become 20 million. That's how we have to spread this one. When Lord Krishna was asking Ramanuja, this happened 1,000 years ago. Ramanuja, I'm here now. When I was doing my avatar, not many people know my avatarship. Only a few knew this. And also, I did not have this many followers. And how did you get all these followers now? Sri Ramanuja replied, that's the difference between avatar and a devotee. Avatar cannot go and tell I'm an avatar, therefore everybody should follow him. But as a devotee, I can go and tell the people and they will come and follow me. That's how I got that. So for every avatar needs someone to spread the message and bring up the awareness. That is our job. Even Ramakrishna Paramahamsa without Vivekananda may not be this popular. Even he has to do something. But finally he got Vivekananda and he said, I'm so glad I got you. Now it is your job. And finally Vivekananda took his Ramakrishna mission all over the world. So likewise, it is our primal job to go and spread Amma's message. That's the only way we can spread this. Amma is not going to tell everybody that I did this. It is our job to do that. As a disciple, as a devotee, and also as a beneficiary, we have all the responsibilities within us to say and do something for Amma. So the question is, do we have the time? I understand time is the precious commodity in this world, most expensive commodity, because everyone is busy with this economy, with this pandemic, Our time has completely changed. Our time is very limited. So instead of all those things, if we can find an hour for Amma per week, it will make a big difference. There are people in all over the world. Everyone has the option to do this. But the question is, do we want to do this? We had to come away from the transactional devotion to a perpetual devotion to get Amma's grace. So my request is again, let us all do something for Amma as a give back. Thank you.
We hope you liked the talk by Mr. Velu Pillai on transactional devotion. Please leave us your comments and also share this channel with your friends and family. If you would like to hear about any topics, please do let us know in the comments as well. Next session will be by Mrs. Renu Narasimhan, and she will talk about how do worship centers bring about a change in the community. OmSakthi.
அம்மாவை நினை மனமே மேல்மருவூர் அம்மாவை நினை மனமே.
Please like, share, and subscribe to the Bangaruamma Global YouTube channel for more inspiring and uplifting videos like this one.